Get an update on the forecast now with Bob and Tim.
Take a look at radar. We've seen some gaps in the snowfall. Take a look. You can kind of see those holes showing up around central Maryland. So some areas not seeing a whole lot. There's still quite a bit, however. East of us, Delaware, Jersey, across Pennsylvania, south of us as well. Let's take a little closer look around the Baltimore region. Up toward the city, you can see those little areas where not much is happening. In fact, some pretty good gaps in the snow. Light snow and then nothing happens. A little bit of dry air being kind of filtering in a little bit. So some spots not seeing much of any precipitation. And then areas seeing moderate to even some heavy snow at times. So I think for the rest of the afternoon into tonight, it's going to be intermittent, light snow, hardly any snow, and then some moderate snow can go through the area. That's what we're still going to deal with because the storm is still developing off the coast of Delaware and Jersey and moving slowly up to the north and northeast away from the region. Eventually, by late tonight, we'll say at the end of this, Tim will have information on that. Temperature-wise, it's very critical, these temperatures. Airport just jumped again to 33. Westminster also just jumped to 33. South of us, Annapolis up to 35. So a lot of it that's falling is melting in some of these areas. Ocean City has been warm all day, relatively speaking. 36 down there with just rain. 32 Hagerstown snow out there. 32 in D.C., some snow there, and 32 up in Bel Air. The winds, however, so far have not really been a factor at all. Only 8 miles an hour, 14 in Annapolis, 14 in D.C., only 9 in Westminster. They probably will get stronger later tonight and during the day tomorrow. Tim has a quick look at what we generally expect throughout the evening into tomorrow. Tim?
Well, what we're looking at is a still mix of precipitation going into this evening, but we are going to be focused on a few things. First off, timeline here. The first thing that we're going to be paying attention to very closely is whether or not this winter storm warning will be lifted for the viewing area at 8 o'clock. It is right now in effect until 8 p.m. Of course, depending on the progression of this storm and how quickly it moves along, this could be extended. Do not expect for it to be lifted before then. Snow showers will taper after that, though, and most of the snow will be before 11 p.m. across most of the area. But the temperatures are going to drop through the overnight hours. As you've already seen, we're still just hovering around freezing, so we'll go down below 32 degrees, and that is going to create slick spots on the road. Again, these temperatures are helping to create this fluctuation of snow. Where it's been 32 degrees or below all day long, we've seen mostly steady snow. But at any point through the atmosphere where that temperature gets above freezing, well, we get that meltdown. So we get the sleet, and then it freezes again before it gets down to the ground. So we get that sleet that just kind of creates that bit of a mix. And that knocks down the temperatures, but it does make for the roads to be pretty wet through the evening. And those roads, those damp roads, are what we're going to be concerned about freezing overnight. We'll continue to keep you posted. For now, we're sending it to McNamara in WJZ out front, just kind of giving us an idea of what's happening out there. And Meg, you're also looking at the progression of our temperatures through the evening.
Absolutely. Hello there, Tim. Yes, so I'm live out front, my first time out front, and why not on a snow day? And it's actually beautiful. I'm loving it out here. I know we've had reporters, though, who have been standing in the snow for hours at this point. I've just been out here for 5 minutes, but really not too bad. Our attention, though, does turn to the concern for the commute because we're going to refreeze tonight based on the temperature. So Bob showed you 33 degrees right now at BWI. So as we move through the evening, you will notice we stay in the low 30s. It does look like after midnight, though, we're going to drop down into the upper 20s and then rebound up to the mid 30s later on in the morning, right around mid-morning there, but actually getting all the way down to 28 degrees there just before sunrise. So yes, based on those temperatures, whatever bit of melting we may see through the afternoon before the sun sets is going to refreeze tonight, and that is going to make for a very slick drive to wherever you're headed tomorrow morning, something that you just want to be aware of before you head out the door and consider really if you even need to head out the door. So this is something, of course, we'll be keeping an eye on. But for now, yes, it is snowing here, pretty much on the light side. And the temperatures, because we're right around 32, 33, it's not miserable out here so far, I should say. But I'll be out here for a while. So maybe check back in with me later and we'll see how I'm feeling. But for now, I'm Meg McNamara live in the WJZ out front, sending it inside.
Okay, the WJZ out front.
The WJZ out front.